Welcome to Scathingly Brilliant Idea. Hi, I'm Nancy, and today we're going to get ready for the San Francisco Pen Show. I am excited to be going to this event. I never dreamed in the beginning of the year in January that I would be going to a pen show, let alone 3 pen shows this year. I'm super excited to be going to this after going to Chicago in May, St. Louis in June, and now this. This is going to be by far the biggest show. And I got to tell you, it feels a little bit like I'm preparing for Disney World without a Genie app to guide me. I have spent a lot of time viewing videos from attendees in the past, and thank you so much for posting your experiences. I'm getting a lot of benefit from that as I think through how I'm going to approach the pen show this year. I am going to be going by myself, but meeting up with my sister from Maine, whose daughter actually lives in San Francisco. It's going to be fun to go to the show a couple of the days with them, but also hang out and do some things on my own as well. This is the book I put together at the beginning of the year. I put it together for the Chicago Pen Show, so I would have in one place a collection of all my pens, and then I swatched all my inks at the time too, so I would be prepared and know what I had going into that show. Good in thought. I have outgrown this. I'm going to have to be moving into a different system by the next pen show I go to, but I still have enough space to do San Francisco. So let me show you how I've set this up. You'll see in the front, first of all, this is a weekly essential undated B6 planner from Estelle that I had hanging around. It has the 68 GSM Tomoe River paper from, this was 24, I believe. It might be 23. I don't remember exactly, but it's good paper. And this is a cover I got from Archer and Olive that was on one of their closeouts last year. And so I have on the cover of the Aura Estelle planner, I just started putting stickers down from different vendors and from the different shows I've gone to. And that's been fun, a fun way to collect all of that. Normally, I'm not a sticker person on covers, but for this one, it makes complete sense, and it gives me a lot of happiness to be able to look at it. And inside, I did start using this as my currently inked. I've kind of not kept up with that, but I did start my pen inventory here as well, where I've listed all the pens I've acquired to date. And then I also put down pictures of the pens in my collection, which is outdated. I can no longer keep up with this. But at first, I had organized all of my pen collection by country. For some reason, I thought that was fun, and it is kind of fun. So I ended up making a different tab for all the different countries. So went back and did a little deco with some things I had on hand. And then on each page here, I was going to keep track of the pens I had and then what I inked them in to show the different inks I had tried in the different pens. That's been mildly successful. I'm going to switch that up again for next year. But for the time being, that's what I have. Here's my Germany collection. Here's my Taiwan collection, Italy, USA, China, Armenia, and France. So those are the countries that I've divided it up into, and I'm getting ready to film a more exhaustive, a comprehensive collection of my pens, and I will show those by country as well, since that's the way I've kind of started collecting that information. Then I also have kept an ink inventory here, and at first I started grouping them by manufacturer, but then I quickly kind of lost, as my collection grew, I lost space to be able to group them, and I just kind of found space wherever I could put it. And this I bring out when I go to the shows, just to make sure I don't buy something that's too redundant with something I have in hand, and I can easily figure out what it is, excuse me, I want to ink with new pens. These are my samples, and then everything else is a bottle. I tend to buy bottles over samples. I don't know how if that's going to change or not. So then starting with Chicago, I have made these little tip-ins out of divider paper that I got. It's a pilot colored paper that I picked up when I was visiting Portland at, um, I don't know how to pronounce that, Kinokuniya. You on the West Coast know these stores. You have a bunch of them. Here we do not. That was my first time going to that store, which was a lot of fun. So I had collected, put down a schedule. I did a lot of nib grinds there. I wrote up a little piece and took a picture of all of the different um, pens that I purchased there and wrote a little ditty about them. Did a little reflections at the end. And then here for the St. Louis Pen Show, I did the same thing. I had put my schedule down and some different things I wanted to do there. I kind of used some of these papers for testing out the different nib grinds. And then here I summarized all my purchases, and I didn't buy as many pens. I just took a picture of these few pens and wrote my reflections here. So you can guess that I'm going to be doing the same thing for San Francisco. So I have created another tip in here. I haven't decorated it yet because I anticipate putting the sticker from the show here, but I did put out the main schedule, which is just the overall entry times. I will. I found it helpful to remember when the actual shows started and what we had, what time we had as an all access pass holder to have a little lighter crowd than when the general admission starts. I will be going to several classes on Thursday, and this I have a class schedule laid out here. So I'm going to three. I hope that's not overly aggressive, but I'm doing the buttonhole stitch binding, the carve your own rubber stamps, and then I am going to that panel discussion hosted by Lisa Van Ness, where she will be talking with vendors from Singapore and Japan about different trends. And it's there's a small meetup after that. But after that, I am actually going with my sister and niece into Japantown for dinner that night. And then Saturday, the only class I have is that basic nib care and tuning class. That's at 7 p.m. to 9:30. And then there's the after hours that's hosted in the Aspen Ballroom. And I'm sure all of the nights there'll be informal get togethers at the hotel bar. And then I made a packing and prep list here. And I'm going to go through and show you specifically what I've got in that. I have not decided which pens I'm bringing yet. So I have several pages here at the end, but one of the things I noticed when going to the last two shows is this is getting to be kind of a chunky book to pull out to quickly refer to things. And I wanted something a little more portable. So for San Francisco, I had one of these notebooks from Hobonichi from a few years back, A6 size, that I had not used yet. So I'm setting this up to be my companion book so that I can kind of keep this free to pull out and easily refer to. And I will also decorate this first page here. But I ended up making a map of the showroom, the different ballrooms. I'm going to zoom in a little bit here so you can see it. The map, when I printed it out from the website, was really you couldn't see the pop-ups that they had, blanked out a whole bunch of the numbers. So what I resorted to was doing a screenshot on my computer to get all of the table numbers, and then I printed out that screenshot and pasted that into this notebook. And I have done some nifty color coding here. I'll explain in a little bit to be very organized about this because I don't want to have to backtrack too terribly much and run around in circles. It's going to be a big show. And then I've gone through the list of names and come up with the ones I want to make sure I go see. So I have a section in this notebook for the vendors. I'm going to go back and show you a little bit more detail about that. I wrote down all of the prizes that are available, that are being listed on the San Francisco Pen Show website, and they are updating that still. So I will go ahead and add that, but I want to make sure I don't miss out on any freebie goodies. And then I'm making a page for people that I meet, so I can be able to write down names and remember different people that I meet at the show, and have that all in one spot and be a little bit more organized about that than I have been in the past. These are the nibs I want to have some work done on. I did snag an appointment with Gina on Saturday. And then I've got some blank pages here that we'll be able to do certain things with. And then I have a section in the back for money, which I've noticed when I use cash, which I am not used to doing except for at the pen shows, I easily lose track of how much things cost. It's just like, it's gone. What did I buy with that, and how much did each individual item cost? So I am going to try to remember to jot that down, or at least pause periodically to keep track of that, so I have a better record of that as well. But going back to this system, so after I printed out the website directory of the different um, participants or vendors that will be there, I developed a color coding system so I could keep track of it. I debated on this if I wanted to actually put things together by ballroom, so like have a comprehensive list of who I wanted to see in the ballroom versus the oak room versus the laurel room and the poplar room, etc. And I decided that what made more sense to me was to keep track of the vendors by what they had. And the three different categories are pens, stationery, and accessories. That's how I group them. And some of them are dual purpose, and I kind of double dotted those. But if it's a pen um, vendor, then I've got a purple dot. If it's accessories, I've got the green dot. And if it's stationery, I've got the blue dot. And so I went through and I dotted where they were on the map. So I had an easy visual to know the points I wanted to make sure to hit at the show. And then on the listing, what I did is I have groupings based off of those three categories. So I start with pens, and then I don't know if you can see at the bottom here, I kind of I used the zig dots for these because that's what I dotted on the map. And so I just took the zig dot end and sliding another paper underneath so I didn't transfer it onto my work desk. I used a marker to color code the tip of the page, so then when I turn, I can easily kind of see where I'm at. If I'm in this section, I know I'm got the pens. If I'm in the green section versus the blue section, etc. So I have a column for the location. I have a column, the name of the vendor, and then the item. If there's anything in particular I want to look at there, I've noted it here. And this will probably expand as I spend more time thinking through this beyond what I've already done. But these initially are all the vendors I want to hit up. And so I went through using that color coding system on the printout from the website. And so I color coded it here to make it easy when I was filling out this paper one. I just, it's alphabetical order based on a vendor type. And then this map has their table number and everything on it. So I was able to easily put that down here. So I don't know if that's going to work out better. I'm hoping so, because you can't always rely on the signal strength there. And I hate to be staring at my phone all the time. This will be hopefully an easy reference for me. So that's it for the vendors. And this little deco here, I pulled out my little stamps. I have these Beverly stationery stamps that have these different stationery accessory items on them. And then I also have these punch stamps. This one is the same color as it shows there, and these were all black. So those are just some fun items that I had. I wanted to next show you on my packing list what it is I'm planning on bringing. So let me get that page open again. This is a Banzai bag I'm going to be bringing based on the recommendation of some people I talked to several people I've talked to that say this is a great bag to bring to a pen show. So I purchased this particular one that has the well-appointed desk design on it from Van Ness, and I am looking forward to using this for the first time at this show. What I am going to do with this book and the insert is stick this into, have it as a quick grab out of the side pocket. And then inside I have a pen roll that's also matching the same design. It's a 6-pen Rickshaw roll and a battery charger, portable charger. In case it's really hot, I have my portable fan, and I have a pen holder I picked up in St. Louis from Amarillo Stationery that is on a neck lanyard, and I have my stamp pad I'll be bringing with me as well. So I'm going to keep that with me along with money. There's a zip pocket in the back here that I can keep my wallet, and I'll probably keep my phone in the front pocket, but there's this zip pocket in the back. There's this secretarial pocket on the outside, and then there's 2 half pockets in here. Let me see if I can open this up so you can see it a little bit better. The flaps back. So there's the 2 half pockets in here, and then there's a full side pocket plus lots of space on the bottom. Oh, I'm also going to bring this little lanyard I got from Inky Converters with some pins I got. So this is the bag I'm going to bring kind of as my purse at the pen show, and hopefully I'll have room for my purchases in here as well, so I don't have to be carrying around a large, big, bulky bag or a backpack or anything else too terribly large. My shoulders did get sore in St. Louis, and that's something that Simone recommended, that you kind of bring a different bag or position it differently, so you don't get too uncomfortable, from where everything's hitting you, the weight's hitting you all the time. But this is set up right now for a crossbody, so I think this should work pretty good. The other thing I'm bringing is I have 2 other pouches that I will bring. I will not be carrying these around the floor with me because they will be too heavy, but they have some things inside that I will want to use and may bring to a meetup or something else. But just to point out these little Kaleidocraft clicker things. I have a nib cloth cleaner, and then inside my cube, my Esterbrook Cube, I am bringing my brass SketchUp Kaweco, and I have my Colorverse shuttle nib I'm bringing. I want my sister to try this out. She's not sure if she'll like it better than the Kakamori nib she has either. So I'm going to bring this so that she can try it out. And I have my Measure My pen that I always keep in here. I don't know if I'll need it, but I always bring it with me. And I've got plenty of rooms for additional pens in here too. Like I said, I haven't really decided what pens I'm going to bring. And this is Canon Ivy that I like to bring with me as well. Can take photos and then print them out on zinc paper. I have the plain sheets and then the circle dots. They're just kind of a fun thing to have on hand. I may want to send some pictures back with my sister and my niece. And then in here, in this other little pencil bag, I have some other supplies. I have my empty ink vials. I have my paraphernalia bag that is really much more innocent than it may look at first. I don't know about you guys, but I always fear I'm going to get searched and someone's going to wonder why I have pipettes and syringes and spoons. And then this is my little baby bulb syringe. This is something Audrey was using at the Franklin Christoph table in Chicago. And I asked her where she had gotten hers, and she had gotten hers from Target. I didn't like a baby up and up thing. I found this on Amazon. I believe it was in a little combo pack, but this is a cute little baby bulb to flush your nibs if you have nib grinding done and don't want that ink to stay in there. This is my little label maker. I keep this with me to label things. I have labeled, I have put my name on everything that I own. So I have on some that I have my full name and my phone number, which I'm blanking out here. But I put them on these little labels that print out using an app on your phone. This uses the Make ID, and I'll put the model of this in the description box. But those come in handy. You know, you can even put your QR code for your Instagram account or whatever on one of these labels and make it easy for people to scan. Let's see, what else do I have in here? I have some extra baggies. I have some alcohol wipes, and then I have in this pocket, I have just my travel things, like my a little cutter, retractable cutter, in case I decide to decorate a journal, a little water pen, my little portable scissors, and a little portable glue pen. I need to get this in the frame. Portable glue pen, and this is just a marker, Sharpie type marker. This is something I bought from Jet Pens. This is Amadex in a little portable, it's like a mascara wand. So this is a little portable way you can bring this along if you get any ink stains on anything that you want to fix. So that is what I'm bringing in this. I don't think I have anything else I wanted to share with you now, but I am bringing one more thing. I don't have it ready to show you, but I'm making little goodie bags to give away to people I meet at the show, which is something I'm really looking forward to doing. So if you see me at the show, be sure to ask for your little goodie bag that I'm putting together, like a little survivor kit for the San Francisco Pen Show. Thanks for watching today. I hope I get a chance to meet some of you at the show. I'm really looking forward to it. And I also want to remember to pace myself at the show and not get too carried away with the buying frenzy, and to remember to enjoy time with my sister and my niece. Oh, there's a hummingbird out the window. And see, that's a sign, right? I should be able to take time, even though I'm doing this video, to enjoy nature and what's in front of me. I want to do that at the pen show too. Thanks so much for your time. Bye.